exclusive insight into the world of Badger athletics, this is Wisconsin Huddle. Here's Andrew Banstra.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra right here in the WISC TV studios. Thrilled to be joined by Wisconsin men's basketball legend Rashard Griffith. Howard Moore's story is one of perseverance and triumph, and how in the worst of circumstances, the best of humanity absolutely shows. And it was such an incredible story of triumph and perseverance that a movie was made out of it. A movie director right out of here in Madison, Roach Productions, made that movie, and now it is hitting the big screens. It's going to be an incredible experience. Let's take a sneak peek at what that movie entails.
Howard and Jennifer met on campus.
They had this special bond.
You really felt like you were part of their family.
Bottles, white clothes, and there's some more stuff coming. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
About 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, we get a call.
He was hysterical on the phone.
Rashard told me what happened, and
like, hey, big bro, are you sitting down?
It was tough.
You just can't imagine anything of that magnitude happening to a family and to someone that you love and you care about.
These folks did nothing wrong. They were simply driving their car with their family down the street.
All he remembered seeing was headlights.
I was in the hospital room, and he told me exactly what happened. It was the most awful thing I've ever experienced.
he said, "Coach, I couldn't save her. I'll never, ever forget that."
What could this person have been doing? What could this person have been thinking they weren't thinking? And it's a shame.
I could not shed a tear. I was so angry. I picked up a glass and I threw it against the wall.
He squeezed my hand and said, "We need to pray for the woman. There are exceptional people, and then there's Howard Moore."
I get really, angry and emotional, and yet even today, his spirit is the same.
Howard is my brother. One thing he said on my visit, that I will always take care of you. And he was a man of his word, and he's still taking care of me to this day.
You can recover from losing a job, losing money, but you ain't gonna recover from losing your faith now.
He's a fighter, and he always will be.
As tragic as it is, somehow Howard is gonna have this story to tell that is just incredible.
It will air in theaters for the first time at Marcus Theaters Point Cinema right here in Madison. That sneak peek shows you just a little bit of what went on. You have to go see it for yourself, and you have to stick around because we're going to keep talking about it when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back into the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra here with Rashard Griffith, a Wisconsin men's basketball legend. And we continue honoring the story of Howard Moore. And with that, let's talk about just that. So you were here in Madison full time. You mentioned you were away, obviously, with your professional career. But today, what does your relationship look like in terms of caring for and kind of just being there for Howard?
Just that. Just doing my part as a brother. It's doing hard times, tragedies, difficult times, and the people who you care about life, that your true character come out, the person that you really are. And even Howard, right now to this day, his smile is still infectious, and just who he is. He's still helping people out. He's still helping me out. So that's just all that is to it. It's just like, bottom line is that that's my brother, and I do what I can when I can to help him and the family out.
And when I say the best of humanity comes out of the worst of circumstances, that's exactly what I mean. You dropped everything to be there for him, and I don't get the sense that you're going to shout that from the rooftop, so I want to take the opportunity to do just that because it is absolutely incredible. When you're not doing that, I would imagine people could maybe understand by your jacket you've got on. What do you do at the high school level?
I am the girls head basketball coach at Middleton High School, and I'm the student engagement coordinator at Hamilton Middle School.
What's it like working with younger athletes? Obviously, you come up, are one of the top recruits in the country, do incredible things at the college and professional level. What does it mean to you to be able to carry that on to the next generation?
Just trying to give back what I've learned over the years. And it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy, a young man or young woman, it doesn't matter. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete. And it doesn't matter the sport. It's because my biggest belief is what you put in is what you get out.
What was that day like? I was there last year, about a year ago now, when Howard returned to the Kohl Center for the first time.
Nothing. Nothing was going through my head about me. It was about Howard. It was exhilarating just to see him sit there and smile. And Matt LePay said it. Matt LePay said he said one day that Howard will come into this gym in the Kohl Center and 17,000, 18,000 fans will be rise to their feet and give him a standing ovation. And Howard was just happy in the back. He was in the back before we came out, afterwards, and just to see him like that and see him smile and to see him be honored like that, because, like I said, even though he's in this recovery process right now, he still helps people out right now to this day.
You're watching Wisconsin Huddle.
This guy sitting right to my left was a member of one of the best Badger basketball teams ever and really put Wisconsin on the map. Your team took this program to their first NCAA tournament in 47 years. What were the changes going on in the mid-90s?
Because of the high school program that I came from a winning culture. And I lost 4 games in 4 years, 2 state championships, 2 city, and 1 national championship. And so when I came here, that's what my expectation was. You had Stu Jackson, you had Michael Finley, Tracy Webster, of course Howard Moore, and the other great teammates, my brothers. I'm gonna say that, my brothers. And Stu told us from the get-go what it was going to be, that we're going to work hard, what our goals were, and those goals were the same goals that I want. I want to go to the NCAA tournament. I want to be part of something good.
But after your 2 years at Wisconsin, you decided to go pro. You chose, after being drafted in the NBA, to play overseas, a multi-time league MVP. What were those 17 years like for you?
Those 17 years produced 17 championships.
That is, not many people can say that.
When I started over there, my first couple of years were statistical years, pretty much putting my name out there, my face on the map. And from my third year, so I was 21. People fail to realize that I was 19 when I left here. So I grew another inch. I got better as a basketball player, and I learned what it took to win championships at an early age. And it wasn't me scoring 25 points and 15 rebounds and 5 blocks. That won me the league MVPs and so forth and so on. I was the youngest player in Turkish basketball history to win the MVP at 19 years old. And when I got to Maccabi Tel Aviv, that's when everything changed, and I started learning about winning and how to win, and that it didn't take me to do it all on my own. So 17 years, 17 championships. I won the Grande Slam, which is winning every major championship in one calendar year.
Wow.
And if you look back, just on YouTube, you can look back, I played with Manu Ginobili,
wow,
Marco Yarich, and that was in 2000, 2001. And we accomplished that, and I think only other 2 teams to do it was the same team, and that was the team that Dino Raja, Tony Kukoc, Petrovic, all those guys played on. And so we were the 3rd team to ever do that in one calendar year.
That is absolutely amazing. Now, Rashard mentioned that he put his name on the map internationally, but here in the country, especially, going back to his high school days, everybody knew who you were. You had offers from Duke, Kentucky, you name it. So why did you choose Wisconsin, and how much of it did it have to do with your relationship with the guys that you grew up with?
I chose schools that I knew somebody that was there. So somebody that can show me the ropes and keep me in line, right? So here it was Mike, Tracy, and Howard. I visited Michigan, and at Michigan it was Juwan. Juwan's from Chicago. I know Jalen and C. Webb. And then at Purdue it was Glenn Robinson. So I was going Big Ten regardless, more than likely. But what swung me to Wisconsin was I wanted to be part of something that was not established, something that you can make your own. And that was what Wisconsin offered me. Wisconsin offered me the ability to come in and play and earn everything that we did. And that's one thing I appreciate what Stu Jackson did for us. We earned everything. And that makes you respect it more, appreciate it more. And that's what he did for us, and that's one of the reasons I chose Wisconsin for that challenge. I didn't know a lot of things until after my career and after I retired. Like, I didn't know that they sold out my freshman year right away. So see, for me, I'm thinking that's how the field house was always.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't know that. I didn't know that they started after my freshman year plans to build the Kohl Center. So there's a lot of stuff that I didn't find out till after the fact. And Howard was the one that was telling me all these things, because I would keep in touch with him, through the summers and stuff like that.
Who gave you your tour when you came to visit Madison? Do you remember?
Them same three.
How incredible is that? And we'll talk about his relationship with those three and Howard Moore in particular when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back into the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra, thrilled to be joined by Rashard Griffith. And let's continue talking about your pathway alongside Howard Moore and the rest of the incredible people that changed Wisconsin men's basketball forever. So you go overseas. How close do you stay with Howard and with Mike and the rest of that core group that you kind of came into Wisconsin with?
Me and Mike seen each other during the summers because we worked out with the same trainer, Tim Grover. We played at Hoops Gym downtown. So we worked out, we trained together, we played ball together, we broke bread together, and that was Monday through Friday. So I seen Mike all the time during the summer. We were playing pickup ball. Howard was going through his coaching stint. He was figuring out what he wanted to do. So Howard worked at Loyola, and that's when it started. He worked at Loyola. We kept in touch because he was always over there at his mom's house on the west side of Chicago, his mother and father. So when I get back in town, I always took 2 weeks off to myself just to relax. And so he knew that if he didn't reach out to me, that more than likely he'd gonna see me down, because he'd know I'm down at the gym and he'd find me. But Howard always found me. Howard always just kept in touch. My number wasn't changing. He knew my address. He knew where I lived at. So he knew he was always welcome. So even if Howard would just pop up, "Hey, big fella, what's going on?" You ain't reached out to me. So that was our relationship. And then when he got back up here, Howard was the one that brought me back up here. When I left here in '95, and he was with the Badgers in 2005, I had been gone 10 years. And he was just like, "You need to come back up here to see the team and see the Kohl Center, all this stuff or whatever." So he convinced me to come back up here during my time off from playing overseas, and then I would go out there and I would play pickup with the boys. And then I remember it was in 2007. We getting ready to play Ohio State, and they were number 1 in the country, and we were number 2. And they had me play Greg Oden.
Yeah.
And Bo. So that was my, meeting Bo and just welcomed me back. That's pretty much what it was. He wanted me to know. I didn't think anything was wrong, but it was just like, I'm gone. I had left Wisconsin, and Howard was just like, he said, "Griff, they love you. They want to see you. They want to know how well you're doing." You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started coming back.
And that is absolutely amazing. And then, Howard continues coaching. He's still an assistant coach up until something kind of unthinkable happened. He got into a car crash. A drunken driver hit him head on, and a lot of things changed that day. Can you walk me through maybe how you found out and what exactly it is that happened?
I found out from his wife's friend that it was a horrific car accident, and she told me everything that went down that she knew of, and she told me that it wasn't good. And so from that point on, after she told me that, stuff that started coming in, and then when I started figuring things out and knowing that they were truthful, I had the unfortunate task to call Tracy and Mike and Coach Alvarez and Greg and JoJo and so forth and so on, and let them know what was going on. And I just told it to them how it was told to me, and that was, besides that, seeing Howard and what he in the state that he was in after the accident and everything that he was going through, that was probably for me the most difficult thing to deal with.
And it's, I mean, the amount of tragedy that you could only imagine. I mean, an incredible group of friends, and all of a sudden everything changes. We'll continue talking about your relationship with him and his incredible story of triumph when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. You know, we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but if you follow Wisconsin men's basketball and weren't around for the 90s, one thing becomes apparent very fast, is that Wisconsin was elite in the 1990s, because anytime these Badgers do anything good, it's never, this is the best they've ever done in terms of points per game, in terms of scoring 90 points in a game, you name it. It's always the best they've been since the mid-90s. Let's first talk about that. You said you came to Wisconsin in order to hopefully put a program on the map. You certainly did that, but let's talk about just how exciting those days were and how good of basketball, you know, you, Mike, Howard, and the rest of the team were playing. What was that like?
Oh man, I can remember. I remember the first day of practice, and that's when it started. And we, Stu Jackson said, all starting positions are mine, and I yelled out, not the 5, because I got that locked down. And so we had to go out there, and we actually battled and competed every single day.
What do you make of this current version of Wisconsin?
We got the athletes, we got the coaching, and it's just like just putting it together. I'm just glad to see that we continuing on to improve. I mean, back-to-back Final Four years, making it to the national championship. Always been one of those teams that's in the, well, recently, I think it ended. Always in the top 4 of the Big Ten standings, getting that by. So we got things that we're accustomed to and that we want to do and accomplish. And the boys, they get it done.
And that's a precedent that was set when you were at Wisconsin and would not be the case had you and your teammates not have done what you did. Just an incredible time. Is there anybody at Wisconsin or in the Big Ten that reminds you of yourself?
No.
I don't think so either. If you haven't watched him play, it is very, very much worth watching. Go check that out and make sure that you check out this movie as well. Thank you so much for your time, Rashard. We'll see you next week on the Wisconsin Huddle.
Let me first man. Oh, bye.